Now, we do have an update for you on the manhunt for Brian Laundrie. Police found the remnants of a campsite that appeared to be recently used in the nature reserve near his parents' home in Florida. Meantime, Gabby Petito's family has a message for Brian Laundrie. Here's what they said to Dr. Phil.
I just hope he's found. I really do.
He'll be found.
No, I mean alive.
I want to look him in the eyes.
The more he runs, the more he hides, the less he could try to say it was a mistake or he had nothing to do with it.
I want to see him in a jail cell for the rest of his life, where he's an outdoorsman, being in that concrete cell, and he can't go see those trees and hug those, and smell the fresh air like that.
And get this, neighbors of Brian Laundrie's parents are reportedly charging media outlets as much as $3,500 a week to be able to camp out on their yards. Some are even offering tents, internet service, chairs, water, access to their bathrooms. Do you think this is a disservice? Or is it, hey, if the media is there, who cares what people are doing in their own homes to make money?
I think this is us, Sam. I mean, we live in a capitalistic society, and then we get surprised when capitalism shows up. This is how people make money, how they do better. They see an opportunity, and they capitalize on it. This happens every Saturday. If you've ever been to a college football game in small towns, people rent out their lawns, their driveways, 20, 30, 40 bucks for strangers to park because there's no parking at the stadium.
But a stadium's different. Like, in my opinion, then give that money to the family. I don't feel right about it.
It feels like blood, in some ways, blood money. I hate saying that term, but it feels a little like greedy and evil in some ways. I get it too. I expected it, but I thought, wow, we're at this point where it's all a game and we're all like paying for different lawns and different lots. This whole thing seems crazy to me, and I just want to know why the U.S. Marshals and the FBI is having so much trouble finding him, and it makes me worried. It makes me concerned.
See, I have a different perspective on the take of the neighbors. I've talked about how my neighbor murdered his girlfriend or ex-girlfriend, and it was for months. It would be ATF, FBI. They had a hard time coming up, or they had a hard time getting him, and they ended up getting him on some other charges. So it took a really long time, and we constantly had people on the premises. So when you're thinking about it in terms of the neighborhood, I look at it more like the ripple effect that all of this is having on everyone around them, because now you have parents who are explaining to their children that the guy who lived a couple houses down, murdered someone.
Right.
And that's another conversation. So I'm not really looking at it as if it's greed or opportunistic. I think that sometimes you just have to figure out a way to make it make sense for you, because no one asked for this.
I have a question really quickly. Will we call it a blood money or greed when there's a made-for-TV movie about this? Because that's going to be for profit. The actors will get paid. They will run advertising. So again, I always ask this question. I asked it when we were talking about Matthew Perry with the vaccination T-shirts. Who's allowed to make money in this country? Because it seems like when the little guy's like, hey, I'll charge you 40 bucks, everybody's up in arms. But when it comes to being exploited on a national level, everybody's here for it.
Interesting point.
Very good point.